Good morning, y'all. Meteorologist Patrick Fitzgerald here with a quick severe weather update. Today, there is the potential for a very dangerous severe weather event across the Midwestern United States, specifically across the Chicagoland area, where a level 4 to 5 moderate risk has been issued by the Storm Prediction Center. This includes areas like Chicago, DeKalb, Aurora, Rockford, Illinois, as well as back into the Quad Cities metro, Moline, Illinois, as well as Davenport, Iowa. The main timing of this risk, moderate risk, going to be from around 4 to 9 p.m. local time. Although storms will also continue into the overnight hours, they will weaken with eastward extent but still present some very significant hazards. This moderate risk is surrounded by a large enhanced risk level 3 out of 5, which extends across the states of Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Michigan, as well as northwestern Indiana, as well as portions of central and south central Illinois, with slight and marginal risk surrounding this. This is primarily driven by the potential for some strong to intense tornadoes, EF2 to EF3 plus. There is a 15% risk within the moderate risk corridor, which includes a SIG level 2, which is the conditional intensity, the new methodology that the Storm Prediction Center uses for their tornado intensities. So there's the reasonable max intensity. This is what it means: a reasonable max intensity of EF3. This is an intense tornado. We could see a couple intense tornadoes today across the moderate risk area, especially just west of Chicago and back towards Quad Cities. Although Chicago, there's definitely a shot that you'll be put under this risk as well. The 15%. And there's also 10%, 5%, and 2% risk surrounding it with conditional hatching as well. Significant tornadoes are on the table for today across this region. Now, this is also driven by the potential for some very significant damaging wind gusts, as there is the potential for some 75 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts within this corridor as well. There is a relatively rare 60% risk across the moderate risk area, which covers Moline back to Chicago, Davenport, the Quad Cities. This means that there is a pretty much more than likely shot that if you're within this risk area, you will see a 58 mile per hour wind gust or greater, and potentially a chance at a 75 mile per hour wind gust or greater within this 25-mile radius, a reasonable max intensity of 75 to 80 miles per hour. There's also larger risks surrounding that, including a 45%, 30%, as well as 15%. Now, while there's no hatching within the 15% risk, at least in terms of the main risk areas, you still need to keep a lookout for the potential for some significant damaging wind gusts, especially as these storms will have a lot of energy to work with today. The hail risk is going to be on the more lower side, although there is still the potential for some large to very large hail across western portions of the risk area with a 15% SIG level 1. SIG level 1 meaning a reasonable max diameter size of these hailstones to fall of 2 inches within a 25-mile radius of this given corridor. So that is basically a quick overview of what the risks are going to be for today. The main timing, like I said, is going to be from around 4 to around 9 p.m. local time frame, although this risk will last into the overnight hours as these storms push eastward into the southern Great Lakes. Now, I do want to stress here that this is going to be a very dangerous severe weather day. However, you need to be prepared in the potential of these storms to be the worst case scenario. I'm not saying that the worst case scenario is going to happen. There is a lot of fail modes today as well with any given severe weather setup. We could see storms potentially overcrowd today. We have a lot of moisture and a lot of wind shear, which is, while it is good for storms, there could be some overcrowding today as well. We just have to see how things play out. Regardless, you want to make sure that you first know where your safe shelter is. Have a severe weather preparedness plan in place, especially if you're within the moderate risk, enhanced risk regions, as those are the highest risk regions. You want to make sure that you have enough food, water, clothing, medical supplies, extra batteries. Stress the extra batteries, as if the power goes out, you need to have a battery-powered, hand-cranked, operated radio with extra batteries, like I said, to receive the most up-to-date, accurate weather information from your local news source of the National Weather Service in Chicago, as well as Davenport, the Quad Cities, as well as Lincoln, Illinois, and also Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as these are the main WFOs within the moderate risk. You want to also make sure that you do have, and this is important here, hard sole shoes. You want to make sure you have protective equipment to protect yourself from flying debris. Make sure to bring blankets, pillows, mattresses, anything that you can put between you and the outside elements in a safe interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If you have, and I know this region of the United States doesn't necessarily have a lot of basements, if you do have a basement, that is the best case shelter that you have. However, the lowest level, interior room, hallway, bathroom, closet, make sure to put as much elements between you and the outside world as possible. That is the absolute necessity, especially in a risk like this. Now with the hard sole shoes, if you have to walk out in a tornado debris field so you don't cut up your feet, that's the biggest thing here. And then honestly, the biggest thing that basically ties everything together here is the humanitarian aspect. I'm very stressful about the humanitarian aspect as well, and I really want to hammer this home. If you need to take a mental break today, take that mental break. Do things that make you feel comfortable and calm. I know this is a very, very alarming risk, and it could cause a lot of concern with people. Although, while you can absolutely be concerned, you need to be calm, collected, and prepared for this risk. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. The humanitarian aspect is very, very stressed upon, especially in these most dangerous severe weather risks. So, like I said, if you need to take a quick break today, if you need to go outside when it is safe to do so, to take a quick, nice stroll, breathe, breath, anything that you need to do to keep yourself calm and collected and free of stress today, definitely would suggest doing that. Do things that make you happy. It is always beneficial to remain weather aware and calm within a severe weather event, as we don't want to cause a lot of hysteria. Another thing that is important as well is make sure to keep up to date with the facts. Not the fiction, the facts and the forecast, as the facts and the forecast are the most important things here. Misinformation spreading is also not wise as well, and that is why it is very important to go to your local National Weather Service. You can go to weather.gov and click on your local area to see the most up-to-date products. You can also go to your local news station websites, especially in the Chicagoland area, as they will likely be providing coverages. There is also other weather YouTube channels out there as well that'll be providing live coverages as well. There's going to be unlimited resources of information for you today, which you definitely should take advantage of. And that's basically all I have for this relatively quick update. I know it's going towards 10 minutes long, but I really wanted to hammer down the safety and preparedness aspects of this as well. So with that, that's pretty much going to wrap up the quick update I have for today. I'm going to be basically tracking this event all day, and we'll put out some extra content later when I do get to the studio. But if you are within this risk area today, please stay safe and please stay weather aware. This has been a quick severe weather update from meteorologist Patrick Fitzgerald for the Thursday, June 11th of 2026. Thank you for watching, and once again, stay safe and stay tuned for later content.